You don't want to smoke because you got that fire, it just might freeze me. I think I'm the same when I don't want to skip, that shit might freeze me. These niggas ain't talking about nothing. These niggas just yapping, yeah. I got that season of felony. This people that sit on that. Hey, how am I gonna list the loving it? I'm chicken and break on back. Trapping, doing up shit with that. I'm putting up that check fast. I'm making like on flat. Hey, I can flat start bitch when a nigga ain't next. Hey, no worry, the hills, fuck that crack. Hey, everyone got hit like 14 back. Oh, hey, I'm trying to rip right now. Be fucking me, she be returning up there about fucking me. My life is nothing. I went down, put it in, and now one of these days ain't nothing. She be pick up me when she fucking me, straight to give me. Hey, she was fucking me after I'm the first people to hear me say. Hey. I'm doing the album in 24 hours. This is me. You don't want to smoke because he got that oil. He just might freeze me. I got my chain and that might freeze me. He thinking they talking on nothing. These niggas is I got my shoes in the comments. You don't want to smoke because he got that oil. He just might freeze me. I got my chain and that might freeze me. They talking on nothing. I got my shoes in the comments.
Why is this shit not going full theater mode? Oh. Never have been a bitch, just better been a boss. Got you making it on, even in the dark. I'm in the beginning. Yeah, I was trying to go out and shit too late. Thinking that. Yeah, it's. I would never hold it back. I let her leave me when she ready. Lazy, very stupid bitches, never feed me if you get it right. When they see me in the city, I'm that $1 billion minimum. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly, DJ, peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly, DJ, fucking makes things. Then peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. Keep me honest, I'm ready. Yeah, fire the way, I'm scared. You better one that I'm at it. Yeah, real pretty face like the shine. Okay, let's start us the thing. Oh, pop it on y'all, they can stand me. Yeah, I'm gonna pop it on y'all, they can stand me. Yeah, I'm gonna take it on me, I ain't leaving nothing. Told my BM, leave me something. Ready to get leave this fun. Just be able to get out. Because we talk about this keep it in one. I'm from the city, I'm ready to tell you that thing is getting I would never hold it back. I let her leave me when she ready to let you very stupid bitches never feed me if you get it. When they see me in the city, I'm that $1 billion. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly, DJ, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter.
Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I say this shit tweaking on VD. God damn. Son. Forward, bro.
Disney in the Monongahela River. And welcome you to Acttivated Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell, ready to get things going. Off we go from the Steel City. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing.
Oh, it's too easy.
Make it easy to buy a car. Put it on your phone, shop for cars on your phone, customize your terms.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Cone, and something special might be brewing out in Salt Lake City because the Utah Jazz have been really fun so far this season, and not even that, they are on the verge of making a play-in appearance after they were projected to be the worst team in the Western Conference by basically everybody. They were projected to have 18.5 wins if you want to know the specific total. They're already at 12, and we're less than halfway through the season, and it's the young core that is balling out. The guys that are supposed to carry them into the future are the ones that are making them present in the now, which is really exciting. This is a team that is taking big steps forward and is looking like they've got a chance to really burst onto the scene over the next couple of seasons. And that showed in their back-to-back wins over the last couple of days. Because tonight, they beat the San Antonio Spurs. The same Spurs that beat my Thunder the last 3 games that they played this season. Victor Wembanyama, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle. Like, there was no De'Aaron Fox, but it's still pretty much the complete group. And also, it's in San Antonio, so the Jazz went on the road and knocked off that team that's been the second best team in the West all season. And then the night before, they beat the Detroit Pistons, the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, with Cade and Jalen Duren and all these guys that have been playing at such a high level. The Jazz took them down off of Keontae George game winner, who has been so sick this season. We're going to talk a lot about Keontae in this video. It's really impressive to beat 2 of the top 3 teams in the NBA so far this year record-wise on back-to-back nights, one at home, one on the road, is wildly impressive for any team. Never mind a young squad that is now 4-4 over their last 8 games and is playing really solid basketball to the point where they're tied with the Blazers at 12-19 for the 10 seed in the Western Conference, and they're playing better than the Blazers are right now. Like, this is a team that could get some postseason experience, maybe not playoffs, but at least they play in tournaments. And that would be a huge win, I think, for the Jazz. Also, as a Thunder fan, we have their pick top 8 protected, so if they manage to go outside that top 8, then we get it. So I love that they went ahead and make a play appearance. But basically, it's really cool to see what the Jazz are doing. And I want to talk about the young core that has been showing out, because it's been the young guys. It's not like they brought in a bunch of veterans and those are the players leading them over the top and the young guys aren't getting development. It is because we're seeing legit leaps from guys in this young core. I want to start off with Keontae George, who I was a big fan of coming out of Baylor, but specifically when I saw him in Summer League. I went to Vegas for Summer League that year. I watched him hoop in person. I'm like, this guy, he kind of has it. He had the makings of a star. Yeah, a Bucky Getter. Is he ever going to be serviceable on the defensive end? We still don't know the answer to that question. But offensively, he brings so much to the table. In the first couple of seasons, we're up and down. There was definitely some deficiencies for him, but as a young guard, that's stuff that's naturally going to happen. And this year, he's put it all together. At the start of the season, he was scoring a lot of volume, but it's like the efficiency isn't there. However, the efficiency is there.
Bro, you pussy in real life, bro. Let's be honest. I can hear your voice
per night. 4.2 rebounds, just under 7 dimes.
What is he talking about, bro? This nigga got to be tweaking or something, bro. He got to be tweaking.
Those are both massive jumps over his last couple of seasons.
This nigga sound like a whole nerd.
94% from the free throw line, which he's got really good to get into because he's become an automatic paint touch. He gets 2 feet of paint basically anytime he wants to. He's got a really quick first step. He's really shifty as he heads through the lane, and guys kind of have to hit him. He forces the issue. He draws contact. He goes into contact. That's stuff that you need if you want to take the next step as a scorer. Keontae is already taking that push forward. He's also really tough to guard because he's able to stop at a dime and get to a mid-range jumper. The three ball, he can shoot from basically any range, and it's a shot that he's so comfortable with, standing or on the move, catch and shoot off the dribble. Really, any type of look, he's able to knock it down, and it's not always, super consistent. Again, the efficiency is nowhere near perfect, but when you think about the beginning of the season where he was shooting like 25% from three and it was still low 40s in the field goal percentage, he has taken massive strides, not just from last year till now, but throughout the season itself. I mean, over the last 8 games, Keyonte George is averaging 30 points, 5 boards, 7 dimes on 49, 45, 90 splits. That is a 67 true shooting percentage for a 4-4 record. And again, the last 2 games against the Spurs and Pistons, like these are 2 really good defensive teams. And Keyonte George gave them issues against the Pistons, 31 on 12 of 22, 5-3, 7 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And today against the Spurs, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and a couple of steals as well. Only 5 turnovers combined over those 2 games. He's become a legit scorer and a legit point guard for this team. Keyonte is a star. And if you want to be a star the next time you and your friends go to a sporting event, concert, whatever, use TickPick. The cheapest tickets, no fees. I use them all the time. Highly recommended. If the Jazz had a bit of a better record and the West wasn't so loaded with talent, I think there would be an argument for Keyonte George to be an all-star. And I think he's been playing at that level. I think he is at an all-star level already. Next year, if the Jazz are the jump team, which it feels like they're already starting to take steps towards, then how is Keyonte George, 4th-year all-star, not in the conversation? Because it absolutely should be. He's already at that level right now, even if he doesn't get the selection, and he should be thoroughly in the conversation for most improved player. He might even be my pick right now. There's so many guys that have great cases, but Keyonte certainly belongs in that conversation 100%. And then that leads me to Lauri Markkanen, who has been in so many trade rumors, and it kind of felt like a foregone conclusion that at some point they'd probably deal away Lauri to add more assets and, build out this next era. But it seems like they're just going to keep him, and it's for a good reason, because again, they're really starting to evolve and take the next step forward. And Lauri himself is having an amazing year, 28 points a night on 48% from the field, 37% from 3 with 7 boards. He's one of the best offensive players in the sport. Him and Keyonte are such an absurd offensive duo to the point where they're the 12th offense in the NBA. The Jazz are a top 15 offense. They're borderline top 10. If they keep playing like this, they've been putting up 1 million points a game. They might end up in the top 10 before the end of the season. The only thing really holding them back is the defense. They are a bottom 2 defensive team, but that's in large part because Walker Kessler played 5 games and is now missing the rest of the season. I think next year he comes back as the defensive anchor, and that's going to really change things for this Utah squad, especially if they get a little bit more defensively from like Taylor Hendricks, who is still figuring it out a little bit as he hardly played the first couple years of his career. I think there's a lot more to show there. For Ace Bailey, who's really been starting to put it together as of late on the offensive end, he's only 19 years old, but he had like 19 against the Lakers, 14 against the Magic, 17 with 3 threes against the Grizzlies with 4 rebounds and a steal. Ace is really figuring it out, and I think defensively he can continue to provide a lot as time goes on, as he bulks up, as he gets used to the NBA physicality. I do think they'll need to add a little bit defensively beyond those guys at some point, but there's still plenty of time. They got all the assets in the world to upgrade, and it's nice to know that at least, even if you have to add a lot defensively, Walker Kessler again will help. Your offense is probably pretty set. You have so much offensive talent on this roster. Talk about, for example,
Where you going? Where the fuck is you going, nigga?
For this team, he's averaging 8 points, 6.5 dimes.
You ain't going nowhere, nigga.
6% from 3, almost 50% from the floor. His efficiency has taken a big step forward. He's got real vision. He doesn't turn the ball over very much at all either, averaging
get that nigga, bro.
Night.
That the fuck, yo, oh my god.
3.0 assist to turnover.
Bro, you letting this nigga Jake you letting this nigga Drake May use his fucking legs.
I was hoping to see
this
him,
funny looking ass nigga, man.
Even itself out over the course of the year. Even like his Svi Mykhailiuk has been really solid as an offensive weapon. Shout out to Yusuf Nurkic, and he's actually given them some pretty solid minutes. Obviously not part of this young core, but someone that could be a serviceable backup big next season when Walker Kessler returns. Filipowski has some really solid moments. It's been up and down for Walter Clayton, but tonight he had 17 points, 6 of 6 shooting, 2 from 3, 5 dimes. He was fantastic. If he can put that together somewhat consistently, that's a big plus. Like, there's just a lot to like about this Jazz team. It starts off with their top 2 guys, Walker Kessler when he returns, and Ace.
Get that.
But just that group of 4 has been on the offensive end, and I think defensively more upset than people give credit for.
Give me that shit back, nigga. Stop playing with the Antes. You know what the fuck is when you see that nigga.
On there to Isaiah Collier. You've already
got a fucking
like
score.
6 or so, maybe even like
7 or 8 players that you feel pretty confident can be part of this young core going forward and be part of your competitive team in a couple of years as they grow and get better together. I think Will Hardy is an amazing coach. They've done a really good job. They've got so many assets to make upgrades if they wanted to. If they want to get in the Giannis sweepstakes, they could try. I don't know if they would win the ultimate bidding war, but they could go for him. I mean, or any other star player that becomes available. The Jazz could take a swing if they really, really wanted to, and they're going to have more swings in upcoming drafts. They have the assets to trade up and go and get a guy if they want to select somebody. There's just a lot to really like about what Utah is doing right now with this young core is capable of. They have 2 legitimate star players in Keontae and Larry Markkinen. You just got to continue to build around them, and a lot of that I think will be internal development under a great head coach in Will Hardy. They've done a good job. You know, I was kind of critical, and I don't think they've been perfect in their process, but you can't deny that they're really fun right now.
Guys? What the fuck was that?
That I still think has yet to be truly discovered. Also, shout out to Kevin Love, who's still playing some pretty productive basketball, especially for a 37-year-old. Cody Williams had a really good game against the Spurs as well today. It's just a lot to like about what's happening over there in Utah right now, and it feels like you give them a couple more years, we could be talking about the Jazz being played for the conference, or at least being a playoff team, which, I mean, isn't even impossible this season. Heading over to the rest of the NBA, the Magic knocked off the
Damn, man, get that shit.
to 126, and this was the
Come on, man.
38, 6-5.
Shut your bitch ass up. It was a whole avalanche. What you think? You think we could just pick one and just grab it? Goofy ass nigga, be realistic.
Jokic finished with 34,
trash ass
12.
nigga.
His stat lines don't make any sense. But it's the Magic that end up coming out on top. Desmond Bain hits a couple free throws to go ahead and steal the win for them. He had 24 points, 18 from Wendell Carter, another underwhelming game from Paolo, just 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, and shooting. I talked about Paolo a little bit and his whole situation with the Magic yesterday in a video if you want to go ahead and see that. But yeah,
you Google as fuck, nigga, second time. Nigga, you all hype this shit, nigga. That's how I know you trash.
114 things got scrapped in this. Jose Alvarado punching Mark Williams and Jordan Poole seemingly having flashbacks in the background of that incident to the Draymond Green situation.
Hey, when I find you, I'm gonna catch you,
20 points for Devin Booker, 18 for Dylan Brooks, 15 for Royce O'Neal, 17 for Colin Gillespie, and 16 for Jordan Goodwin. And on the Pelicans side,
I ain't even pick my Giants too. I didn't even know I had that in the title. My fault, y'all.
He is really fun. 2 threes as well. Something to continue to monitor.
I started playing yesterday.
Shooting and 22 points and 11 shooting from Zion Williamson in the loss. The Knicks beat the Atlanta Hawks 128-125. I think a Hawks video is coming at some point soon. Speaking about Trae Young, because I've just been unbelievable by what Trae has done since coming back to this team. They've been, I think now like 1-8 or 2-8 or something like that. And Trae Young's games with the team this season. 2-9 shooting, 0-4 from three, 6 turnovers for 9 points. Did have 10 dimes, which is good, but I mean, he couldn't get shots off. He was getting hunted on the defensive end. I mean, you take a look at Jalen Brunson's stats. Finished this one with 34 and 52% shooting, 4 threes, 5 dimes. It's just not even a contest.
Bro, what in the hell was that? That was not.
I was trying to get paid this offseason.
Bro, they literally threw this nigga into that, bro. That's crazy.
Max at this moment. 36 and 15 from Karl Anthony Towns, 15, 10, 5, and 8 from OG Anunoby. You did get 29 and 12 from Jalen Johnson, 30 points and 14 boards from Onyeka Okongwu, as well as 25 from Nikhil. It makes me sad because Nikhil and Onyeka have taken steps forward, and it feels like it's just getting overshadowed by the whole Trae Young situation. How disappointing Hawks have been this season because they continue to fall deeper under 500, and it's a team that's in the play.
Try to run me to death, nigga. That's your ass, boy.
With the Miami Heat lost, or sorry, won today to the Indiana Pacers.
Don't throw that bitch neither.
The Pacers continue to try to solidify their grip on the bottom spot in the tank race. Pascal Siakam did finish with 33 points. Like, he's been good this season. It sucks that they're without, of course, Tyrese Halliburton, 25 for Benedict Mathurin. On the Heat side, I mean, 28 from Andrew Wiggins, 28 from Jaime Jaquez, 19 from Nikola Jovic, 23 from Norman Powell. That Jovic game was much needed because he's really been struggling this season. And then 16 from Pele Larson, 7 dimes, back-to-back really good games from him. The Bucks beat the Bulls 112-103, but the big storyline was Giannis returned, and in his return, he had 29 points, 8 rebounds, 10 of 15 shooting, but he also did a windmill dunk at the end of the game when there was no chance the Bulls could come back. They thought he was going to trip out the clock. Instead, he said he did it to try and spark his team, add a little bit of fire, energy behind a squad that sucked all season. He basically said exactly that. The Bulls, of course, took exception. They were not happy about that, but also, just don't get blown out if you don't want that to happen. I'm not like an unwritten rules guy in basketball. I just think it's, whatever. Who really cares? And on the Bulls side of things, ratings, the number of double digit
feel like
scores,
donkey
but
shit,
two great
nigga. Shut the
10 and 10
fuck up.
double doubles.
I'll find you, nigga. Get busy with you,
the
nigga.
performance that I go ahead and shout out. They're
dumbass
just
nigga.
not great. The Rockets blew out the Cavaliers 117-100. I cannot believe how disappointing the Cavs are this season. Just no fight whatsoever. They did not look ready for this game.
Yo ass weak,
like you
boy.
got 16 from Donovan Mitchell,
When I
23
find
from
you,
Jalen
nigga, get
Tyson with
busy.
15 boards. He was pretty good. Kind of the only bright
When I
spot,
find
really.
you, nigga, get
Kevin
busy.
Durant had
Fuck
30
is wrong
points.
with you, nigga?
No
Funny
Alfred
Willis
Sengun
smack the
in
shit out
this
you,
game,
nigga, on
and
VD.
it still really didn't matter. They just got toasted by everybody. 18 for Reed Shepard, 13 for Ahmed Thompson. The Cavs have
When
just
I
been
find
so
you on
ridiculously
Funny Willis,
underwhelming and
nigga.
disappointing that I don't even want to talk about
Get
it
busy,
anymore.
you heard?
That's
When I
the
find you, get busy, nigga.
123-107. Brooklyn is kind of just decent. Like, they're not terrible. They're not great. I think Jordy Fernandez is a fantastic
damn, my own teammate hit me, man.
Really coming along. 27 for Michael Porter Jr., 30 for Cam Thomas, who made his return today, trying to build up some trade value before the deadline, which I'm sure the Nets would absolutely love. And on the Timberwolves side of things, 28 for Ant on 10 of 22 shooting. He was fine. 11 points for Dante DiVincenzo, 13 for Naz Reid, 16 for Jay McDaniels. Bad Julius Randle game. They just couldn't really get anything going offensively, and kind of got torched by the Nets, who are continuing to get this insane renaissance from Michael Porter Jr. And you also had the Kings beat the Dallas Mavericks 113-107. It was 21 from Keon Ellis, 21 from Russell Westbrook. No Zach LaVine in this game. DeMar DeRozan had a bad game as well, but the Dallas Mavericks were just unable to capitalize on that. Shout out to Maxime Reynaud, 19.6.
Bro, why you not jumping?
2 blocks, 9
man,
15 shooting. He's been really fun this year as the big.
This nigga didn't even jump for the ball, bro.
Yeah,
What is
Cooper played well, 23, 6 and 5 for him. Kind of it. I mean, no Anthony Davis after the groin injury, which might keep him out for a little bit. And I think trade rumors are going to keep heating up. I'm fully in the basket that the Hawks are going to trade for Anthony Davis. I just think that's the way it's going to go. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the NBA games from today. Let me know down below in the comments what your takeaways were, how you felt about them, and specifically how you feel about this Utah Jazz team, the young core that they've got developing. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Appreciate watching. I'll see y'all later. Everyone stay back.
Actually get to explore instead of constantly landing. Servers jump from 256 gigabytes to 512 gigabytes. Twice the capacity means you never run out on long trips. The new 28 times zoom is double our previous 12 times range, letting you capture details from twice the distance. And here's the biggest upgrade. We added automatic obstacle avoidance that our old model didn't have. I used to get crash calls daily, now almost never. Check the link below. We're launching this new model as an introductory
Nigga, you
price.
thought you was about to score off that weak ass shit, boy? Yo,
Based on our
stupid
pre-orders,
ass.
I estimate we'll sell out the first.
Your dumb ass
order
fumbled.
today before the price
Rookie
increases.
nigga, and they, wow, he fumbled. How the fuck you fumble and still end up there, nigga? This nigga is a fucking idiot, man.
It's time to admit that the Cavs are soft, man. Allen, Garland, Mobley, soft. Tom Tibb taught them boys well.
That was the difference when we
Talking
talking
about
about
the Knicks.
that. Yeah, that was just
That's
soft.
horribly.
Yeah,
That's
I thought
Very soft.
oh my god, bro.
And
I want to quit so bad.
come off the bench, cool.
Bro, this
Don't
is
fall
fucking
back,
horrible,
Jordan,
bro.
when it
What
comes
the
to the
fuck
game.
is this?
He ain't out here to do nothing else.
Mitchell Rob.
He's not out here casual to do anything else. He ain't playing in transition. He's not a defender, right? He's not a stop and pop big. He's not a pick and dive guy. He is out here to get us second chance opportunities and clean up whatever is around the rim.
Bro.
That's it. That's all his job is. So if you know that coming into this, you know that, to Ox's point, when I said this a couple of days ago, Chris is down there fighting with that behemoth. I was sitting there
This
watching
shit
the
made
game
me
last
so
night
mad,
thinking,
dog.
and that's in there helping run it down.
But also, chill, to be fair, Mitchell Robinson does that shit to anybody playing. But at the same time,
He ain't doing
at
it
the same time,
He
when
ain't
y'all
doing
gonna
it
get
at
up
the
and
rebound.
me?
He ain't doing it at the Joker. He not.
What do you mean not? He's one of the best. He's one of the best rebounders in the
He
NBA for years.
ain't doing that to Sabonis. He not.
Bro, He been one of the best rebounders in the league for the shit game in the league.
Arguing that he's one of the best rebounders in the league. What I'm not trying to hear is I'm not trying to hear him coming off the bench in the fourth quarter when you got a 17-point lead and giving up 7 offensive rebounds to a guy who you know when he come in the game, that's all he's doing.
Somebody put a booty on him. But he did that to me.
Not on that motherfucker. That motherfucker.
Yeah, he did that.
You know the difference in the game last night. It was a different
I think
game last night.
he might. And this sounds. He might be the second
Bro, you
best
can't
ranked
get to the
offensive
ball,
rebounder
bro.
of
Like,
this
you just-
era. Behind us,
You just letting this nigga he not even near the ball.
No, he's a
You let him run to the ball and pick.
Well, I
the
mean,
shit.
either one of them, right? I'm saying,
Like, bro, what the fuck is we doing, dog?
I'm not losing my. Who? Zach Randolph exists.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm saying this new
That
where
shit
we
was
are right now.
horribly
this 2020s.
nasty.
Like I think like him
Man.
and Steven Adams are
I'm out, bro.
like